People always ask me, Roy, you're 15 years old and you're absolutely killing it. And I agree. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I do have a high GPA. I do run a nice, profitable online business. I do train myself physically, not just lifting weights, but lifting weights, running, gymnastics, and kickboxing. So a bunch of stuff that people devote their entire lives into mastering. I'm just trying to get good at every single one of them. And above that, I'm just like doing a bunch of other stuff. I still have time to watch movies. I still have time to spend time with friends and family and all that. How do I do this? I'm gonna give you a couple tips. I don't know how many. I'm just taking a walk. And yeah, let's just get into this. So the first tip is to kill as many birds, or hit. People don't really like the word kill nowadays, and I could understand why. To hit as many birds with one stone as possible. And frankly, that is actually like my #1 tip. If you get anything out of this video, it's that one tip. So for example, if you just list your daily activities and you think, how can I hit as many birds with one stone as possible? How many tasks can I do at once while I'm just doing the same thing? For example, today I was supposed to run 3 miles at the gym. I couldn't because we're just not going today. The gym is closed. So I was like, hey, I'll just walk 5 miles and I'll film a good YouTube video at the same time. When I said hit as many birds with one stone as possible, I wasn't saying, hey, do so many things at once. I meant do something that will benefit you in as many points as you can. So that's the first tip. As for the second tip, is to go all in on one strategy. So for example, school. I'm homeschooled this year, and so I took that advantage because I'm allowed to go ahead if I want to. 1 month, actually 5 weeks. 5 weeks, I finished school yesterday. I finished it. Now I'm gonna have 6 months worth of break. Instead of just 2 months and doing the daily schedule, I decided, hey, I'm gonna like limit my sleep. I'm just gonna go ahead. 5 weeks, I finished school. All 6 of my subjects. 4 months worth of work, and I'm taking AP honors classes, all that. I just went all in on one subject, and now I'm free to do all the other stuff. My third tip, this one is also super important, but not everyone, this won't work out for everyone, and this one is to limit your sleep. Even if it's just by an hour. If you limit your sleep by 1 hour, you are in luck, because that way you'll have an extra 7 hours on your week. You can do a lot of stuff in 7 hours if you focus. A lot of stuff. Limit your sleep by 1 hour. There's this thing that I'm actually doing right now, and I'm filming it. It's a long-term video. For the past 3 days, I've been sleeping 2 hours a day. 20 minutes every 4 hours. And it's been really painful, and I've been using a bunch of eye droppers, eye cream, all that. If you want to see my results on that, go ahead. But what I'm doing by adding 2 hours a day, only sleeping 2 hours a day, is that I'm adding an extra 49 hours to my week. Meaning 49 hours, that's an extra 2 days in 1 week. Imagine how much you can outwork your competition and accomplish in 2 full days. Am I at my peak of productivity? No, I'm half alive and I'm stuttering a lot. I'm not really in my best capability, but there are a bunch of pros to it. And in fact, by 1 month, that's like the average. In 1 month, what your brain does is it learns how to dive into your actual sleep, your deep sleep, instantly. And when that happens, you actually only need 2 hours of deep sleep to grow, to function, and all that. So if you have a schedule that allows you to sleep 20 minutes every 4 hours for a month, your life is going to change. You're not going to be under sleep deprivation. Right now I am. I've been hallucinating stuff. Sometimes I see people walking and there's absolutely no one. I have to blink. It's like just like in those movies. If you can't adapt, if you don't have school, if you don't have work, if you can do 20 minutes every 4 hours, I advise you to do it if you have the willpower. It's not for everyone, it's actually for a very few amount of people, but for the people that do that, you'll have an extra 8 days every single month. 8 days of being alive, 8 days of working, all that. The next one is to stop saying, I don't have time. You do have the time, you're just not setting it as a priority. Whatever you don't have time for, you don't have time for it. Just think about the things that you can remove or set as a priority. If you set it as a priority ahead of things, you're gonna do it. You can only set priorities to as many things as possible, which is why one of my rules is always know and set your priorities. Another one that isn't as unique is be organized. Now don't be super organized. Don't make it what I used to do. I had this mistake where I would basically schedule my day every single minute, like 6:30 to 7, 7 to 7:15. It doesn't work because life is unpredictable. For the most part, you're going to need to go shopping. You're going to, like, every day you're going to have this new thing to do. So you won't be able to stick to that for more than a couple of days, maybe even a week if you're super determined. So make it kind of loose, but like around this time of the day, I need to accomplish this. Another thing that you can do is to eliminate, this one's also kind of basic, but it is to eliminate the things that aren't productive. So stop watching TV. I don't know, just like the stuff, like we waste a lot of time. If you like think about it, let's say you sleep 7 hours a day. Let's say you go to work 8 hours a day. That's 15 hours. Let's say you have an hour and a half worth of bathroom time, dressing, and food. That's an hour and a half. So you're at 16.5 hours. Where is your other 7.5 hours wasted? Maybe half an hour driving, okay? You still have so much time. It's all being wasted in the useless stuff. So make sure you set more priorities, guys. Make sure you manage your time and quit the overproductivity. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you like it, this is Money Monday. I teach business and success lessons. So this will be coming out every single week. Subscribe if you haven't already. I also post entertainment like videos, some vlogs, some of the crazy stuff that I do sometimes. So yeah, peace.